Hi, my name is Amy and thank you very much for watching. So, I am getting ready to start my Q&A session and meet and greet. And I promised that I would be putting this on Restream. So, I think what we're going to do is we'll start the space in 2 minutes. I'm the founder of Bannbooks Art, by the way. My name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this, please like, comment, and comment with who was your favorite artist from the night, I guess. And then what I'm gonna do is go onto Twitter here, but log into another account and try to log into the space that way. And then just go to Bannbooks Art and try to find people's art that are from my gallery in whichever gallery they were in, if I can remember. So it's time to start my space. It is 9:59. So I really, really hope that this is... Of course, it does this dumb thing all the time where I go to start the space and it just automatically shuts me out. So it probably means I already have people in here because I talked about this quite a bit. So let's see if it lets me back in. I'm not gonna hey, hi Petey. I'm gonna invite you to speak. Invite you to co-host. Both things are happening. And I'm going to invite Brett to co-host.
Yo.
Hey, Brett.
I invited Petey to co-host. That would be we both have our blue top hat on right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's having connection issues. I'll just invite him to speak. I think we might be having one of those connection issues that we have sometimes. I try to tweet out the space, but like the jerk it is, Twitter is like, no man, we do not want your kind here to anyone to know about this. So, that's the thing that happened today. Hi Petey, how are you today?
I'm fine. Just here. It's been an interesting day, not gonna lie.
Yeah, how's your collection going? Were you able to work on it at all?
Nah, actually I had to take a break from all that. Like a good mental health day kind of thing.
I do not blame you. There's always days that you need to take a mental health day, but I'm hopefully that it was relaxing.
Yeah, I spent the day doing some home improvements around the house. We're getting ready to paint my mom's room. And I was watching Lord of the Rings. So yeah, pretty chill.
My cat decided to leave my lap because I'm too squirmy. I'm sorry, cat. I had to rearrange my wires. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. But I'm glad that you're able to do some household things. Yesterday I went to go pick up my dongle, my docking station, because my other one broke. And it was in the middle of Jen's space, so I was just, I like swept my bathroom, so my bathroom's not crunchy anymore. So there's that. Um, there was a mishap with the litter box, and it's fine. It's cleaned up now. So, um, yeah, I just didn't go back to work yesterday after 3 p.m. I was like, that was enough work for today. Brett, Pixie, I see you. I haven't finished greeting everybody else. So, Brett, how was your day today?
My day today was super chill. I can definitely get into it more, but of course we got to go over and say hi to Pixie. Hi, Pixie.
Hi, guys. I'm grabbing something to eat, so I'm just gonna listen in and wait for the room to fill up so we can get this shindig on the road.
Nice to hear from you. Petey, nice to hear from you too. And highlights of my day today, I suppose, would be that I didn't have to dig any holes today. I just stayed home and worked on these new alley bazikis and chilled with Mr. West. So I ate an exceptionally high number of grapes today, if I'm being candid about some of the finer details. I kind of like overdid it. I had this like one bag that should have lasted probably 3 or 4 days, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through this. You know what it is? The previous time I had grapes, they had seeds in them, so I had like kind of a negative experience. Not like complaining, but just like a slight inconvenience to my grape eating experience. And then these ones didn't, and so I was really, really like thriving on the fact that I could just get through a grape without having to pick anything out of my teeth. And that's been the majority of what my day has been composed of, is eating grapes, chilling with my dog, and minting NFT pop-up studio stuff. Thank you for asking. What about you, Amy? How are you, and how was your day, and how is progress coming along with all your projects, more specifically the Banned Books art project? How are things going?
So, things are going pretty well this time with the Banned Books art project. I have, it's so difficult to describe how things are going. Just in general, because I'm making it from scratch, but we're making really good progress. And I am really, really trying to get more advertisement out there. So instead of so for those that don't know, Brett and I, he promotes Banned Books art, and he takes like a finder's fee. So that is what our Banned Books posters are, and it's a collaborative effort for us. So I just you can see it in the nest now, like a nice looking like from the poster for this space. And I think what I'm going to try to do with this is if people want a copy, just give me your address, your Matic address, and I will send you 3 copies. That way you can send them to other people that you want to attend the Grimm's Fairy Tales event. And it also will just serve as a reminder of this. And you can just, okay, why don't you all like this space and retweet it with 2 of your friends, and we'll pretend it's a giveaway, but it's literally just you DM me your wallet. I think that'll work.
Amy, are you saying we got enough NFTs for everybody in the building today?
I'm saying that I'm gonna figure it out, because I made 10, and I think, I'm hoping enough people want it that I'll have to make a second one. It'll be slightly different. Like, I'll just use variations. So, like, the first people that reply back to me will get part of the original 10. So I guess that'll be fun. I don't know. We're figuring it out, Brett. I just figured out that it costs less than a cent to transfer this, so I'm like, fine. We have enough for everybody.
Oh, the Matic ones, you can send them up for free. It's hand these things out like hotcakes. In fact, I've already minted the actual poster for the event as well. So you could even say, you know what, if you want this NFT, you're getting 2. Or those ones you've got plenty more to give away. And I think these ones would be very cool, especially now that you've got, and maybe this is a nice opportunity to get into it a bit more, but I see you've been minting on Foundation your own Amy Detweiler originals that are actually you separating a bit from the brand and starting to go independent on us too with some cool stuff. So I think maybe, do you want to share something about that with us too?
I mean, sure, it's my space, no one's going to stop me. But, yeah, I'm going to get more serious, and I'm getting more serious about banned books art and getting it into NFTs. And Dr. Wu was like, how is this a fundraiser? And I was like, it's through the tickets for people to attend. And he's like, but no, like, you need to sell the art as part of the fundraiser. And I was like, fine, we'll figure out how to do that. So I'm trying.
I give you full permission for what I set you for this month's banned books is to sell, give, do whatever it takes to make this a success, because I'm excited for what you're doing.
And I'm pretty sure that's how I got banned from my Twitter account yesterday for a little bit. They were like, you're suspicious. And it wasn't even yesterday. It was Monday night, because I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to spend the next 6 hours sending out personal invites to this shit if Twitter thinks I'm being shady. But yeah, so I'm going to try to do like the Grimm's Fairy Tale collection where 80% of it will go to the charity of the proceeds, and then the other 20% we will split between the artist and myself. And I think that's going to be on Foundation because they make it easy to do split contracts. It's a little more expensive, but and the reason why it's not 100% proceeds is well, I'm gonna
Shit's expensive.
Yeah,
Shit's expensive. Say it.
But first of all, I think, artist, you're doing a good deed, but you should be rewarded in some ways. Second of all, I'm going to be starting to pay someone to make videos for banned books art, which will be highlighting artists as well, and I need to make that part sustainable. And, you know, I think we should all be rewarded for our efforts. So yeah, things are expensive, but I think 80% is more than what most like charitable projects give out. So it is, if it's
Amy,
yeah.
80% is more than 10 times what most charitable projects give out. Having been in the charity space for a long time, many of those things where you'll buy a computer or where you'll get merchandise in support of a thing, when you get down to the fine print, you'll often find that about 2 to 5% of proceeds is actually going to support the charity that's highlighted. When you get to the actual charitable organizations themselves, one benchmark, one baseline against which things are measured are at least 90% of proceeds going to what they're actually saying they're trying to do. It's not 50% caught up in administration. And that's the charitable organization itself. If they can hit somewhere in the 90 percentile, 90 to 95%, that is an efficient charity. So, when you have artists here doing their thing, often trying to make their way, and you have you here trying to do your good thing, to give 80% to the charity is phenomenal. And to split the other 20% between the two is perfectly reasonable. It's even more generous than it needs to be. In my mind, my way of thinking about it for banned books art and artists, if they were splitting proceeds, the kind of line in the sand that I had mentally, if I was running it, I would want at least 50% to go to the charity. Then it seems then it's at least equal for the charity and for the players. So to get buy-in and do it at 80%, you're exceeding expectations and going above and beyond.
Thanks for that, Ian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ian, like, I had a poll and I was like, y'all, like, what do you think is fair? Is it just like thirds? Does it look like 50%? Does it look like what does it look like to fair for everybody? And like, I'm fine with everyone just saying like, these are my percents. But I think it's generally better to just set it up so that, 80% and then each of us get 10% and then, because a lot of artists are like, well, I'll just give it to you for free. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. Like, let's not do that because I'm going to feel bad that I'm keeping 10%. So.
Well, here's a baseline for comparison, actually. Womenverse is just celebrating their first anniversary, and they buy exclusively from female artists in the space, and they're generally a positive organization. I came to learn of them from some friends I've made in the space, so I was happy to donate a piece to them that they could sell off to support what they're doing, but they were insistent, set a royalty on it. And this was on Tezos, and so set a royalty on it, and they said their recommended royalty was 25%. I said, oh no, I'll set it at 10%. That's quite enough. And so them running that, they're quite happy for the artist to get 25% of sales. So it's with 75% going to the cause. So yeah, you're doing very, very well.
And prices are going to change, Amy, and you're going to be able to do, because this is the first time you're going to mint the NFTs and sell them as an addition to tickets to the art gallery. So this is an additional thing that you're doing. So things evolve and change because you're building it in public in front of everybody. So we're watching you build this world with this art, and we're watching you bring everybody together. So there is going to be change. I mean, it just happens, and I think it's quite cool to watch what you're doing.
Thank you. I just, I don't want everyone to think that I'm all over the place all the time, but this was the natural progression of Bandbooks art. I'm happy if you do not want to be a part of the collection to still, display your work for free. If you want to be a part of the charitable collection, I'm not going to get in the way of the charity getting more money because of you. So we're gonna have to figure out when the mint party is. Is it just gonna be all day that Saturday and we'll just have certain times that are walkthroughs, like breaks just to admire art, or is it going to be like Friday night and you're not gonna let me sleep? Like, what are we doing? So I guess we'll do that because I think it would be fun as like I've never hosted a mint party before, but I think that's how you do it, right?
Well, I talked to my husband about getting me a wallet. I mean, because of you, Amy, I'm gonna jump into this NFT, and not only am I gonna create art, but I'm gonna support you along the way. So this is whatever you decide, I'm there for you.
Yeah, specifically Pixie, as soon as you get your MetaMask and you figured out how to put, the $50 in your wallet, I will sit down with you and get you logged into OpenSea and guide you through opening up. I think that's like a really good onboarding platform. Yeah.
What did you think of the angels that I sent you?
They're amazing. So
yeah. See, I'm just messing around with AI art, and you're inspiring me to make things. So I love this.
Yeah.
That's fantastic to hear. Amy, do make sure that you provide appropriate cautions about how to stay safe in the Wild West.
Definitely. It's pretty sad. Like, everything's pretty sad, and people make it complicated. And it's basically just having multiple MetaMasks, and like, don't sign into anything that you've minted on if you don't want to like lose your NFTs. Like, just don't, only open it on OpenSea and then disconnect it when you're done. And then just have that be your minting wallet, and then just have a risky click wallet. It's, it can be more complicated than that, but like, you get used to it, and then it evolves. Sorry, Pixie, but it's going to evolve. It's just one of those hobbies. So, Ian, we haven't actually talked yet tonight. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm fighting off a cold that I've been keeping at bay, that my kiddos have been toting back and forth between the houses for the last week to 10 days, and it's finally taking hold in my throat. Good timing for spaces, You've got me for about 15 to 20 minutes. I will be, I'll have to jump off then, because in about 40 minutes I'm co-hosting a space. So, but as for how things have been, aside from a scratchy throat, my Save the World stuff is coming along really well. We've been focusing for the last couple of weeks on things that can mitigate glacial ice loss in Greenland, and what may start what stands to boost or restart the Atlantic overturning circulatory currents if things progress that far. So that's a really fascinating engineering conundrum, if you will. So I've been very busy, but really enjoyably so.
That sounds like a very complicated, but like, everybody wants to do something for climate change, so I applaud your efforts, and hopefully it pans out.
Thank you very much. And the reason that I was that keep her safe was on the forefront of my mind is because, as aware of the precautions that are necessary, as I am, I almost got duped last night by an imposter posing as someone I know and trust and have had regular conversations with. And 2 steps down the wrong road, my spidey sense alerted me, and I was able to save my wallet from being drained.
Yeah, it's so important. Like, don't click on links. No links. If someone wants you to go to their foundation, go to foundation and type in the name of their collection and find it through foundation. Do not, and I'm using foundation and not OpenSea because, I don't know, OpenSea is more known for this, but it's true for any site. Like, if you're going to, like, it's fine to click if you're not buying, but if you're buying and you're in your wallet, don't click through, type it out. I don't know if everybody knows about virustotal.com, but before you buy your NFT, you should right-click, copy the address, and paste it into VirusTotal. And no virus protection will let you 100% know, but it detects the more common malwares. That way you know that you're not buying, a computer virus. Do not buy anything on your minting NFT. Just flat out have different wallet. They're free to get. And I actually started, I have Brave and the Brave browser, and I just have a new profile for each MetaMask wallet. And the only thing I do on those is whatever that MetaMask wallet is for. And I have Wallet Guard, that extension, and that detects people trying to hijack your browser and stuff. I'm not 100% sure what it does, but it's supposed to be good for security, so I did it. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, you have to worry about, like, caching and weird sites and malware. So, and yeah, definitely follow YouTube videos on how to read the contract and make sure you're not, like, granting permission for someone to drain your wallet for something that cost you 2 pennies, you know? Yeah, but it gets more, it's like, you can look at an Etherscan and see if they've drained anybody else's wallet, because, you know, transactions are transparent anyway. Ian, do you want to throw something up in the nest and talk a little bit about your project before you have to leave?
I won't at this point. I think with my tendency to ramble and valuing details, I would probably throw up a few puzzle pieces that would just be confusing instead of having the time to dig in and have things make sense. Do you mean in particular my environmental things, or environmental and humanitarian, or artistic?
Whatever you would like to share. This is Ask Me Anything and Meet the Artist space, so whatever you prefer.
So
If I could throw out a vote, I would lean towards artistic. That would be
yeah, exactly. I'm very excited to see, with having experimented with AI for several months now and thousands of images later, what is coming out with stable diffusion and some of the animated pieces that we're seeing come out now. It's something I do plan to explore, even though it isn't my. It's not my main artistic path going forward. I've got some interesting, what I'm mulling over now as a tangent that I will probably run with is some new approaches to generative and algorithmic art that I think haven't been seen in the space yet that I'm aware of. So that's one interesting side of things. And meanwhile, I've got a few pieces that you might see in 3 years. The generative side of it, I should be able to have some prototypes done over the next month or so. I hope to start releasing that on an as yet to be determined blockchain.
I love this stuff you got out here on the ocean. I was talking to someone about the ocean earlier today. It's just, are you a sailor, or do you take aquatic transportation very often here?
I have been involved in sailing. I used to teach a little bit of that to kids 10 to 12 years old. Rope work and rules of the sea and so on and so forth. And I used to enjoy sailing and a little bit of boating. Not so much in the last long while, we'll say.
Do you have a favorite knot?
Let's see. The Carrick Bend was interesting. The Bolin is very useful. But yeah, so those are probably those are the two off the top of my head.
Nice. Okay, this other piece of yours I dug up, Breathtaking, the one you donated to the Womanverse anniversary. What were the thoughts and the inspirations behind Breathtaking?
Forgive me, but I'm gonna have to start making a list.
I'm very, very. My days are rather full, and so I didn't have the time that I wanted to try and dig into deeper layers of women empowerment and equality and that kind of thing. And so in the first round or two of thinking, what popped to mind was the inequalities in pay, the obstacles in job opportunities, the glass ceiling concept. And so I wanted to I did a few images. I had a surgeon, I had that astronaut that you see, and I wanted to choose the one that was the most aesthetically pleasing to portray a female in a role that in past years was stereotypically, well, that's a man's job. And I wanted to tell the story of them, how they overcame adversity and opinions and that against the grain of those stereotypes to be there in orbit with this starfield background as they're floating in space in their spacesuit, to say the view from here is great. Now the job is to remove the obstacles so that others can enjoy their view, whatever that might be, without the same disadvantages, basically. So it was really from the standpoint of wanting to recognize the barriers that have been in place, and that tackling them is key.
Very cool. Amy, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, so thank you very much for sharing. The next speaker will be Alana. Thank you, Chon and Joe's the designer, for coming. For anybody new in the room, if you want free NFTs, DM me your Polygon address, and I'm trying a new thing where I send you 3 of this poster, and you can send out 2. I mean, you don't have to keep any, but I find that if I'm gifted an NFT, I want to keep 1. So you can request more if you wind up picking, if you give out more. But I'm seeing if we can do this kind of grassroots.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way to pitch this giveaway a bit. We gotta figure this out for sure. So what makes the most sense if you were to receive posters for an upcoming online gallery based off a banned book? How many would you like to receive, and what do you think you would do with them? Raise your hands if you have an answer to the question. We'll just throw this one out to the crowd. Ooh, Ian, I saw it.
Well, if this is to serve as, if it's token gated, then I would probably say half a dozen. I could reach half a dozen easily that would most likely be interested, that would make their best effort, put in their best effort to attend something like this. If it's not token gated, then I would simply try to reach far more through my DM groups and that kind of thing, without the complexity of the token.
So I think right now it's not token gated because I have not had the time to fix the Stripe integration. So I know that people subscribe and I can email them. Like, I have a list of people that have paid, so I email them and I get them the apps. But the site itself is not token gated, so it, like, when I say, like, if you've bought in and you get to get like a weekend of preferred access to it, it's just on like the honor system right now, and I'm not big enough and like not enough people actually view the gallery that it's a big deal. So eventually I'll have to fix that, but it's also one of those things where, like, do we really want to, like, even for a weekend, token gate this? Is it more just like you can pay for this if you enjoyed the event? So like a gratuity type situation.
Yes, that does seem like kind of the conundrum right now. I wouldn't vote for token gating it. I think that, especially in the grassroots stages, you want to make it as accessible as possible and to try and hit as big of a pool of people as possible. I think the posters serve as sort of like they serve a similar purpose to the POAP, really, just like a fun, like a way of getting your wallet involved with the collection. And I think that's what makes them fun as giveaways, because it's just if you want one, you can have one. I wouldn't worry about the explanation of what people can or can't do with them. It's just kind of throwing them out there, right? Like it's almost like I see it almost as like flyering the neighborhood before an event to say, hey, this is coming to town, check it out.
Sorry about that. There is always the opportunity, because a lot of the people that I am aware of, there is a small percentage of that population who are involved on Matic, and there are some that are involved on Polygon. Some have toes in Polygon with Matic, and as well as ETH and Tezos. Out there too, you've got Voice and Solana. One thing I've seen gaining steam with people embracing it, and it might fit yours, is just to do a free open edition mint on Manifold. That way people are paying their own gas, and I've seen fair success with the people being interested in a thing. So you might set up a free mint on Manifold ahead of time, and anyone that likes what you're doing, or you could do it you could announce it at the event or ahead of time, and then with enough lead time, whoever wanted to mint could, and that would really be a way of easily gauging your reach and engagement as far as that kind of thing goes, depending on whether you did it before or during.
Free open edition sounds like less work for me. I can just send you to an address, and if you want like basically a calendar reminder for the event, you can just mint it yourself. And I don't, since this is the poster like collection, it's not devaluing any of my other like collections. So I mean, that's always the thing where it's like, how much do you give away for free, and is it a part of like the collection? But thank you, Ian, for giving your input on this.
All right, and at that point, or at this point, I should probably step down so that I have a few minutes to gather some notes for my upcoming space. Love to everyone here. I hope you have a lovely night. Amy, please feel free to DM me, and if there's anything more I can do to support you, I'll do as much as I can.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to be asking you to, first submit something, and secondly, if it could be a part of the charitable collection. I mean, I don't normally call people out, but you seem really really into this. So
I'll happily donate many pieces to you. I love what you're doing, and all it takes is time on my end, and that's something that I managed to carve out when the needs arise.
You're the best. I like everybody in the room is the best. Chon, would you like to say something to Ian?
No, not really. I just saw the Womenverse Collectors thing up there. And good morning from me. You're the first guys I'm talking to this morning. So, okay, and I think Ian said that he donated to the Womenverse Collectors thing. And no, this is being a bit naughty here. And I was thinking, what if we do something like Man Egoverse? So celebrate the male ego, and we do something like this and have all the ladies donated artwork to it. That'd be quite funny, I think.
Oh, Sean. Oh, yes, that could be very interesting and needs to have careful consideration given to it. With the right crowd, it would probably go over very well, and that's all I'll say about that.
And with the wrong crowd, pitchforks and torches.
Exactly. All right, have a good night, everyone.
So if you actually wanted to do this, there's accounts like Queen Bee NFT, who she does like male models as her NFTs because she's like, everyone does beautiful females. I'm doing hot guys. So I think this could be a thing. We're not like there's no lack of ideas in this space. But yes, Chon, that was an amazing idea. I appreciate that. I would like to. Okay, so Alana still has not had her turn, and then Chon, and then Joe's, and then Heidi.
Hello.
Hello, and good evening.
How's it going all?
It feels like it's been forever since I've talked to you, Deke, but we'll get to it in time. Let's let Alana speak.
So hello everybody. I'm Alana, and nice to see you, Chan. I'm happy that you're following me around this evening or your morning, whatever the case may be. It's always great to be in your company, and Amy is you as well. We were together in the morning, and now we're together at night. So I'm just happy to be here. So thank you for having me.
Come on, more to say than that. How are you doing today? Like, how's the career? How are things going with your collection?
Yeah, so I appreciate the question. So this actually was like a one-of-one that I did, and it was from a quilt that I made back when I was in, I don't know, I think I was like a junior in college. And so I'm a fiber artist, and I really love to work with yarn and like knitting and weaving and things like that. But earlier in my creative days, if you will, like I can draw and paint and do all of that, but I was really fascinated with crazy quilts. And so, I was doing a traditional type of crazy quilt, but it's just like a patchwork quilt, where you would get like random scraps of fabric and sew them together. And I really liked that, process of kind of taking things that might be like cast away or not, like discarded pieces and giving them like a new purpose, right? And so there was like an assignment that we had to do, and I don't even remember what it was based on, but at the time I was both a creative writing major and an art major. And so I was going through this like really challenging period in my life between my family members were fighting, and they were kind of like putting me in the middle, to pick sides, and I didn't really think that was very fair. So I was writing a bunch of poems about, what that felt like, right? To kind of be this like trapped person, between two people that you love, equally, and what that felt like. And so the idea of the poetry really, kind of was like one positive outlet. But then when I started doing these crazy quilts pieces and piecing fabric together, I felt it was a really good visual way of capturing this like broken, fractured kind of, state of being. And I thought it was interesting too, because both family members kind of had these, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Like, they had these expectations of the role that I was supposed to play, right? Like, as a daughter, what is your role? And as a granddaughter, what is your role? And how do you, how are you supposed to, like, support someone that you love, and what does that look like? Does it look like setting healthy boundaries and saying, no, this is not my battle, do not include me? Or, like, what does that look like? And so I felt really like boxed in by the situation that I was in. And so applying the technique to the quilt, I thought was just a really, I don't know, like it just worked well at the time. And so not only did I make the woman fractured in her physical construction as far as like the two-dimensional quality, but I also made it three-dimensional with having her body kind of like jutting out. So like some parts of her actually like stick out farther than others. And so I liked the way that kind of like it was all assembled in the front and put together. And at one point it had like all the poems written on pieces of fabric pinned to it. But the thing that I thought was really cool about it was that the backside of it was kind of this like crushed velvet that it just looked very like worn and tattered. And sometimes if you look at a children's blanket, it could be because it's a well-loved item or like well used, but it could also be something that maybe wasn't like treated well, or like it was kind of like roughed up, so to speak. And I just felt really maybe emotionally roughed up going through this experience. And so when I found this fabric, I wanted to put it on the back, but one of the challenges of of really appreciating an art quilt is that generally if it's like hanging on the wall, you can't see the backside. And so I thought, making this piece, even though it is like a physical, quilt in real life, making the back come to the front and having that be an additional layer of the framing of this woman was just a nice kind of like touch, or a nice way of like putting it all together and displaying it in this way. So that's kind of the story behind the creation of this piece. But I've since moved on from this piece, and I've done other types of crazy quilts that use that same technique. But now with NFTs, I'm kind of exploring different creative paths. So like this is one that I have so much artwork that I've never displayed or I've never shared with the world, like maybe of course social media posts and things like that, but like not really calling it art or like putting it in a gallery or things that you would think artists do, quote air quotes, right? So that I have so many pieces that I haven't like shared. So in my mind, like that's like one thing that I would love to do is kind of go through all of the pieces that I've created and do some kind of modification to them to make them in alignment with one another in a collection. And that's kind of like one vision I guess I have for my pieces. And then I do have the fiber art ones that are inspired by like the yarns and the woven fabric that I do. So I think that's probably what I would say maybe I'm like most known for, not even for like NFTs, but just like in my fiber circles, if you will. And then I'm really also enjoying like drawing with like Procreate and just like learning about all the different like AI generators and just all the different ways that artists can make artwork digitally, and seeing if I can bring elements and like the textural element, the color element from my fiber work, and have that translate and carry over into the digital pieces. So I don't know, I'm really excited about I guess this phase of my life. I've given myself a little bit more time for art creation, and I'm really loving being part of this NFT like space in the world, because being able to participate in things like this with Amy. So thank you for letting me share my work with others, but just being able to actually like talk to people that are adults about artwork, and not being in like that class setting where you're doing a critique necessarily, or it's not like a formal setting, but actually just being amongst people that enjoy art and making art. It's been such a like refreshing component, I guess. I'm just excited about not only the artwork that I'm creating and being able to share with people, but also that interactivity, right, of being able to go to galleries and seeing people's pieces and having these conversations. So thank you everybody for your time tonight. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And I've got to ask, this here you're saying is the best pie in Lancaster?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm gonna stand by that. So I don't know if Amy posted it or not. Yes, I see. Wait, I'm going through, yeah. So when I was little, like I grew up in Brooklyn. I don't know if my accent comes through or not, but we, were like in this concrete jungle, so to speak. And my family would love to go to Lancaster, where the Amish are, and there's farms and all of that. So it was definitely like a night and day type of environment. And there was this one restaurant. So for anyone that's ever been to like Lancaster, PA, you gotta tell me if I'm wrong in this or not. But there's this restaurant there that's called Miller's Smorgasbord, and it's basically like a buffet, but it's not like a regular buffet. It's like the Mac Daddy of like all buffets, and it's like all like farm cooked kind of cuisine. So you have like the fried chicken and mashed potatoes, and you have like all of these like vegetables and everything like that, and it's so good. It's huge. Like they'll bring like coach buses loads of people to it, but it tastes so good. And then they have like a dessert bar, right? And like in Lancaster they have like regular desserts, like apple pie like this one, but then they have ones that are more specific to that region or culture. So they'll have things like shoe fly pie and pecan pie and like all these cobblers and everything. I don't know, it's just so good. But their apple pie was like one that I was just so, I don't know, it's like so good, you know, and I was like, you know, I wonder if like they'll tell me like some part of the recipe, like will they tell me some, you know, ingredients that they had, like what apples they use, just something that I could like recreate this pie. And they're like, no, we give the recipe to people. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, like I just hit the jackpot with this. So I'm still working on my crust game, so if any of you you know, can give me some pointers. I tried the lard crust, that didn't go over too well. I definitely think I'm team butter, but the filling is so good. And I'm in New York. I'm in upstate New York now, so I'm definitely like in apple country where I know we have apple cider and all the apple picking and stuff like that going on. So I just wanted to be able to share with people. If you wanted a taste of fall, you know, definitely highly recommend this recipe.
Alana, next Labor Day, you should come to my parents' farm. We have a small orchard, and we can pick apples. We can make fresh apple cider with our press, and we can have this apple pie. It sounds delicious.
That's awesome. Wait, so where are you located?
I'm located in D.C., and my parents have a house in West Virginia, but
Okay.
their farm that they also have is in Tennessee. They're turning it into a sheep farm. But
that's awesome.
yeah, but
Amy, I would like to invite myself. I haven't even said hi. I'm sorry, but oh my gosh, I didn't know you were so close to me. We actually can be besties. I love you so much. I just came in to tell you that tonight. That's it.
So, where are you located, Doc?
I'm right here in Web3, girl, but not far from you, if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay. See, that's the best way to answer anyone when they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, the internet.
Yeah, I'm right here from Web3, girl. But let's just say I could probably get to you in like 15, 20 minutes. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll invite you to the next NFT meetup that we have in DC.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe you will. And you also invited me to speak, and thank you. The reason I had to press my speaker button and my request button was to address Alana. Hi, Alana. What's up, girl? I also came to check on Zeller because I know she's on her way from Cali to AZ. What's up, Alana? What's up, girl? How are you?
Hello.
Hi. You know what? You sound so much like me. I just love this community. I'm just so happy to be here. It's just so amazing to be in a space where like artists can just be real with one another and just be. I really enjoyed hearing you speak. I want you to know that. And there's something else I wanted to say to you that I forgot. So I'm going to mute my mic, and as soon as I remember, I'm going to unmute. It's nice to laugh at people. It's really not Alana. But as soon as I do remember, my darling, I will tell you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, no, you know, it's something that I think is, you know, as an artist and as a creative, right? Like we have different reasons or motivations for creating. So I know, you know, some people in the space might be here purely for, you know, monetary reasons, or they're making art, you know, as a way to sustain themselves. Some people are doing it just for, you know, personal expression. And yeah, you know, if you get a sale, great, but you know, if not, that's great too. It's not like your main career. And I think that what inspires us to create and to share with people, you know, because then you have people that are very private and they can be amazing artists and they don't even consider themselves to be an artist, or you know, they don't feel comfortable sharing their art. So when you know that there's a space that's like safe for you to get feedback about your art or to share stories about your art, I think it just makes the experience of creating it and enjoying it that much better and richer. And you know, you can kind of like bounce ideas off of other people.
Okay, either Alana totally rugged or it's me. Brett, is it me? If you can hear me, clap your hands. Okay. I'm just gonna let people know. I rugged. Can we send this at least? Okay. I rugged. It happened. Oh. Okay. See. My night boss just called me. I'm gonna reconnect.
You know, it's the whole good morning, good evening type deals, but it's so great to know that there are people that, you know, feel so compelled to make art, right? Like you have maybe the people that were just here for money and they kind of like left, but the people that are here, like those are the people that love to create, and to be amongst those people in this like virtual way, I don't know, I just think that's magical.
Alana, how long have you been in this space?
So I joined I learned about like NFTs like more seriously, like I tried to learn more about them in June. And so in July was when I started to like go to Discord and learn that and learn about Twitter more and NFTs. So it's kind of like a three for one, you know, learning curve there. And I think in July was probably when I minted my first one, or maybe August. So definitely new kid on the block in that way. But I've been an artist for my whole life. I was an art teacher for the past like 16 years.
That's super dope. I'm only asking about time because I just got here about a month ago, so I'm brand new myself. But you sound so much like me. Anytime I talk to anybody about this space, I was talking a mile a minute. I just was so excited. I still am very excited about it. But you know, it really is special to have a space like Amy's because she is really an incredible human being. Like she's so. I think she sent out a tweet earlier about her being soft spoken and. Hopefully that somebody would just have an IRL event so there's not blasting speakers. Actually, Amy, just so you know, again, audio engineer over here, nobody really likes that. We do it because we think that's what's supposed to happen in the spaces. But yeah, no, Amy is going to provide that for you. And not just that, she's a little bit of a gangster. So I would like everybody in this room to know that just because she's soft-spoken, please recognize her gangster. I came into a room one day and... my Levitate is in the room. Hey, boo, what's up? And my James Arts and Joe, all my peeps. And Zella, you driving? What you doing, girl? But I came into a room one day and I was a little confused because I got myself confused and I was overthinking things. My fault. I shouldn't be in this space. This is a place where we just be. We're not in our heads, we're in our bodies, we're in our artistic spaces. And I was in my head, and I was like, oh gosh, did I say the wrong thing? Did I do the wrong thing? And Amy jumped in and was like, so just so you know, Doc. And I was like, mad respect. Mad respect. Amy, I love you, girl. I love your spaces. I love anywhere you are. That's why I stalk you. I hope it's not getting weird, because I'm going to keep stalking you, because I vibe with you. And that's just that. Hi, Brett. What's up, my
Hey, Doc. I'm just chilling.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, so
Nice to see you, too.
we have new people in the room, so I'm going to just give you the same deal as I gave everybody that was here to begin with. Well, now there's a bunch of stuff, but I created a commemorative poster for the Grimm's Fairy Tales, so if you give me your wallet that has Matic address, I will give you 3 of them. That way you can keep one, and then you can promote, you can give it to other people. I mean, you can sell all 3 or give them all 3 away, but I find that I like to keep things when people give me things. But I think we may have decided that I was making this too complicated and I need to just make an open-ended edition on Manifold in the future. Also, I don't know, I could probably mint another one in ETH if like you all prefer that, but they would definitely have to be one of those open editions, lazy mints that you have to buy yourself, because I ain't made of money, y'all.
What Amy's trying to say is that we're giving away NFTs tonight, and if you guys would like a poster from the Grimm's Fairy Tale or one of the commemorative posters from the Scarlet Letter, you can check out our sweet collection, the Banned Books Art Poster Collection. If you choose to pay and support, that's up to you. If you want to DM Amy your ETH wallet address, which is also your Matic wallet address, I think I should just quickly clarify that. Polygon's built on ETH, so it would just be your ETH wallet that would help you receive these free NFTs from Amy. So go ahead and slide into her DMs if you're interested in something to remember. It's like a save the date. You know, it's kind of like a wedding. How you get a save the date. This is like a save the reminder for our upcoming gallery NFT. Alana, I see your hand up. What's up?
But yes, no, I just wanted to know, as far as like future shows, right? Like if you have more abstract art that you can't really, figure out where the piece might fall in line, are like abstract pieces still welcome if we just want to be able to contribute and participate, or like does it have to have like a specific direct linkage to it, to the theme?
You can give me whatever. I'm not that picky. I will find a place where it vibes in the gallery. Like if it's not the theme, it could be like the color scheme. Like like things go together. So as long as you're not like rude to me or sexist or like threaten me, like as long as you're like a normal human being towards me, I don't mind promoting you. I'm sorry if that sounds weird, but it's just like, as long as you don't cross my personal boundaries and like fill out the Google form, like I will promote you. It's fine. Please do not think too much about it. I have like like I have the 3 sub themes, and then you can just choose other, and then I'll figure out where it most fits in with my gallery.
Okay, cool. Thank you. The only thing that I'll ever be is a little bit sarcastic, but it's usually only because I have impulse control and I can't help myself. But it's all out of love.
Alana, I would like to offer that Dr. Wu is like the king of sarcasm. So like, we love people who bring sarcasm. We don't mind. But like, if anybody is mean or rude or not so nice to my Amy, just know that you're gonna have to deal with the DLC. That's it. Just know that. That's it.
I totally understand. No, I always come with love and respect, so you don't have to worry about that. I know my son has a hard time reading my sarcasm, so I don't know if other people do too in like text and all of that. I know Chun and I like to go back and forth and joke with each other, so I just wanted to make sure it's all from a place of love.
I come from the most sarcastic family. Like, I'm not even kidding. I didn't realize I was sarcastic till I was in college, and someone was like, Amy, you're the most sarcastic person I have ever met. And I was like, nah. You should meet the rest of my family. So I've had to work at that to like, but yeah, I just, it doesn't even faze me. So
That is so funny to me, as sweet as you are. Like, I just find that so funny.
Well, it was interesting earlier. There was like one company that was talking about how they came up with like this AI. I don't remember like if it was like software or whatever, that it could like detect people's emotional like mood, and based on like the words that they were typing in and stuff, and it could also pick up on sarcasm. I'm like, there are humans that can't pick up on sarcasm. Like, how can they develop AI to pick up on sarcasm?
So that is Amy Uzuneki, I believe her name is, but on my other account where my name is Amy's View on it, on this, it's my programming account, and we keep joking about having like an Amy only space where if you're the only people that can talk in the space are named Amy. But yeah, it's called Mood Connect, and I'm really, because I think it's more for like C-suite people to aggregate like large amounts of data, but like I could totally see this be for like autistic people to like real time be like, is this like what happened here? Can we analyze what happened? But yeah, that's really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I do have a list, and I'm also live streaming this on YouTube and Twitch, so you can see my lame list if you're watching on there. You don't need to. It's basically just me on my Twitter page as the Amy View on this, and just watching with subtitles. But Chon is next, and then Joe the designer, then Deke, then Doc, then John, and then Levitated Arts. So just so you know, we do have a list. I am going to get to you, and I see you. Also, everyone in the listener section, I see you, and Zeller is packing, okay? And she cannot take a break because you know how that goes with breaks. So she is very busy. She will be moving this weekend, so we're just happy she's in the room and showing support. So, if we're done with Alana, it's been a really long time since I've been in it, like relatively, since I've been in the same space with Chonli. How are you doing, Chon?
Hi, Amy. Yeah, I'm just listening to you guys and formulating an unscientific theory that sarcasm and apples have got a direct link. Fresh apples. Because you guys are just talking about how yeah, okay, I don't know. What is okay, never mind, it's unscientific, just making shit up. Yeah, I'm fine over here this morning. So you can hear from how I'm speaking right now. Yeah, I'm still maybe a bit tired. I don't know, I'm still drawing. I'm just drawing right now. So yeah. That's it. I really just came in here to listen to you guys going on about something. So someone please interrupt me before I go on and on about nothing.
Well, I
I just fell in love. Oh my god, I am so sorry, but I've never quite, just like earlier today, I've never quite seen you present before, and I have a whole new appreciation for you as much as I loved you before this. Joan, oh my god, with that making shit up, girl, I just fell in love. I just followed you, so just so you know. Okay, microphone muted.
Hi.
And I'm going to change my name to Amy, by the way, because you know I have a hard time, Amy, with this mute button. I'm going to change it to Amy in that space, because I don't know how in the world I can sit in there and not say anything, but I'm going to for now.
Okay, I'm still waiting for someone to misread my name as Amy, because when that happens, then I can join the club.
What I like about our names is that we got A, B, C, and D all represented here. Amy, Brett, Sean, and you go Doc or D, really.
Yeah.
Plus, we can take it for Amy if she ever wants to leave, although that would be kind of tricky because you're hosting.
You're right. On my screen right now, I can see Amy on the left and you, Brett, on the second one, then me, and then Dick. So it's A, B, C, D on the top row. I've never seen this before.
I would just like to say that Levitate is my new best friend, so we have to find an E, F, G, H, I, J, K so that we can grab Levitate up in here too.
Yeah, I know Amy's got a list, but if anyone changes their name to start with an E, we will bump you up to the top of the list, just for the sake of this screenshot. So,
I suspect that Alana misspelled her name with an A. I think she's Ilana.
And if anybody's name is Amy, you just get to start talking right now. Like right now.
I could just be Eek.
yeah, just put your name backwards, Steve.
Just Eek.
But Chon has to take the screenshot because I'm Amy Brett Pixie, so it's not helpful.
And if you pretend that John is an F front O, then we have an F as well. Okay, let me just do a screenshot here and I'll share it. Hold on. Okay, meanwhile, I've pinned up some artwork that I have on Foundation, and they're all about, I don't know, identity and reality and stuff like that. So the newest one that I've minted on Foundation is the one on the bottom right, and it's called Housewife versus Crypto Bro Zombies. So yeah, it's a bit of fantasy. It's actually a reworking of an old artwork I did in 2013. Although it's a sketch that the original was a sketch that I did for a photo shoot. Except the photo shoot didn't quite happen because of budget constraint, and so it remained as a sketch. And so this few weeks I just reworked it into the current version, which is updated. So it used to be a kickboxer fighting off corporate zombies. And right now what they have there is a housewife kicking a bunch of zombies that, they represent some of the NFT projects in Web3, I guess. So you might recognize some of them are just more regular people with VR gear. And yeah, so just having fun. Okay, let me just do the screenshot thing, hold on. Maybe you guys can, I don't know, take over and make shit up.
trying to figure out an artful way to ask you if you're going to submit anything this month, but I should probably just do that in the DMs instead of calling you out in front of everybody.
No, you can, because I'm just gonna make shit up. What's the theme?
It is the Grimm's fairy tales, but the sub-themes are the villain's endings, stereotypes, and character flaws.
You know, if you're gonna do the Disney version of Grimm, the end of the villain is always a fall, right? Sometimes with a touch, sometimes without sound. And they always look surprised that they're falling. Yeah, maybe I can draw something for that. Wait, when is the submission?
It is until Sunday, so you still have lots of time.
Sunday, I don't think I have time for that. It takes quite a long while to draw something. I can maybe draw a very bad cartoon for it. Maybe, why not? Let me see if I can.
Because it's you, just DM me and tell me when you'll have it done before the 15th, because that's when it's, going live, but I could have like a placeholder for you because we're friends and because I asked you like pretty late.
No, sorry, it's just that I've always been meaning to join your space, but I keep missing it. And, after I realized it yesterday, I think I replied to your tweet that I keep missing it. So today I just watched you like a hawk. Actually, I forgot when it was, so I started watching you like a hawk from my last night. Oh, wait, there it is. I joined in. And I kept rocking up earlier. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to share because I don't know what to talk about, so let's put up some artwork. The show. So yeah, oh yes, and we should really do that, the flipping around the table and celebrate men and their egos and stuff like that. So yeah, man ego versus, or I don't know, man balls versus, big dick contest or some shit like that, I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever, let's flip the table around.
So for October, after Grimm's Fairy Tales, I'm working with 2 other people, and we're going to be doing a Halloween edition, like a special edition of Banned Books art, which is rugged projects. So they're sending them the pictures of the rugged projects, and I made a cemetery. And we're going to be putting the art on tombstones, and you'll just be able to walk through the cemetery of rugged projects. So, like, the male ego thing sounds like a theme redux that is just, like, the male ego as, like, a character flaw or just, like, a stereotype. It's a stereotype. It's definitely a stereotype. So, in January, Chone, if you want to take, like, point on that, we can make a special edition, like, male ego zone, like a bro den or whatever.
Yeah, we could, like, whatever, I'm just talking shit and making stuff up anyway. Okay, I pinned up the ABCD on the screenshot, so have a look at it. So it's you, and that, wait, where did Brad go? So yeah, so it was ABCD, and Dick on the 4th one on the right. So that's it, thanks guys. If you have any questions or any other made up questions you want to ask, we make stuff up all the time. Sometimes we use our brain, sometimes we use our mouth. And if you have anything to ask, let's just do it now, or you don't, can too. Thanks,
I just want to say hi, and it's always good to see you. I love your work, love you as a person. You always crack me up, and yeah, I'm just vibing. Good to see you, and I still want that one, and you know the one I want.
Well, you waited.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just want to tell Dick that that piece has been collected by somebody already and has been relisted for a far higher price. So you have to deal with the owner right now. Thank you very much.
Good for you. I want every artist to get sales, even if I want it. Truly, so that's awesome. And when I'm rich, I will buy it from them.
Oh no! I'd rather you buy from me on primary, and then you can buy a few pieces, so you don't have to buy this one for a higher price.
We'll make that one again.
Joan, I'm a little tied up, but I'm coming to check your pieces out as soon as I am done with what I'm doing. I like you, and I'm gonna tell you why I like you. I like you because you keep shocking me. I feel like there are things that keep flying out of your mouth that I don't quite expect to come out. I don't know, maybe if I spend some more time with you, I get to know you. But I like that. I like when I'm shocked, and you are truly a person tonight who is shocking me a little bit. It makes me want to see what you're working with.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this out there. I just want to put this out there real quick that whatever you do, do not get into a song earworm battle with her, because she will wreck you. And if you get, songs stuck in your head, just forget about it. She just pulls them all out from the 80s. She does not play fair at all.
Now I'm very curious.
Okay, I better not say anything more because I just want to say that yes, sorry about that earworm thing. I hope the train has stopped because for me it went on and on for quite a while. Alana, so actually I think you put the earworm into my worm train into my head. And so what usually happens is, like I said, I make shit up with my mouth, and my brain goes, oh fuck, you better make sense. Sometimes it doesn't.
No, I absolutely adore you. I absolutely adore you, and just but you definitely are someone that's wonderful to have banter with. So if you're not familiar with her, definitely highly recommend.
The thing about Chon is not only she's amazing, but like she's so amazing. She has a spatial gallery with like 800 artists and like 8 floors or whatever. Not like or whatever. It's just I don't know what the actual numbers are, but she was very, very influential. But I feel safe in whatever room that she's in. Like she will pull no punches and make sure that it's safe for everybody to be there. And like sometimes I go in and I'm like, what TF is happening in this room, because just some rooms are weird. I know it's generally safe because Chon is there, and like, yeah, and I've actually been in spaces where you're not in there, and we just discussed where it's like, we really love watching Chon, because you tweet out every space, and you don't, like, mince words of, like, I'm enjoying this or I'm not enjoying this, and I really just enjoy the honesty, and I just feel super safe when like we cross paths, and like you're one of those, like, if Twitter's not showing, like I can't see spaces and I go to like actually just search people, like I'll search your name and be like, oh, she's in this space, let's check out what it is, and I'll just follow you into rooms. I'm not shy about that.
I've gone into some really toxic ones before, so don't always follow me. or rather, yes, you can use me as a canary. So see if I'm okay, then usually it's okay. Usually I get really pissed off and I leave. Yeah, I don't know. I've been blocked by some people as well after I point them out that what they say may need some rethinking and stuff like that. But anyway, that's off topic. Okay, I think I shall not take up more time. I need more coffee, and so I'm gonna make more coffee, and I'll be listening in.
Have a good morning, Chon. So next person, Joe's Designer. Thank you so much for waiting. It's been a while. This is just what happens when it's not a chill space, but I